I know some of you probably never thought it would happen, but it finally has. I'm joined as always by my co-host, Mr. Brendan Rosansky.
I sit here at this table every single week.
You've been coming every single week?
I've forgotten to turn on the mics and the camera for like the past 300 weeks. It's the craziest thing, dude.
I can kind of understand that. Yeah, it's been a little while. I've definitely seen you a lot, more recently than that, but...
Right, yeah. I've seen you too.
There's not really a good reason why we haven't done
this. No, yeah.
I mean, we've both been pretty busy.
I think I was busy that weekend. I was just busy that weekend.
I definitely had like a funeral or my cat died, I think.
I don't know if I even have been invited to a funeral in like 6 years.
Invited to a funeral?
What do you mean?
Like you got an invitation?
Do you show up uninvited to a funeral? That seems like it's really, really rude.
I've never seen like an invitation to a funeral sent. Is that a thing that you mail?
Not saying it has to like spray confetti. I'm just saying usually you would receive some sort of invitation so you know maybe like when and where it's at.
Right.
Perhaps who it is in service of would be pertinent information.
So, I think something that we both wanted to talk about as an old kind of throwback to what we used to do.
Sure.
Is what have you been playing recently and or watching? What's something that's kind of been popping out to you? Maybe something that's been a little obsessive, something that you've just been kind of wanting to talk about.
Sure. Games, something topical. And you know this too, we've been pretty into Slay the Spire 2. Mm-hmm. Its early access release was a couple months ago now.
Yeah.
And it's very similar to the first one, but it's very, very good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree entirely. The combat it felt really similar at first. You jump into it. I think even you said at one point that it felt more like an expansion than just a new game. Mm-hmm. But the more you really sink your teeth into it, the more it does feel awesome and just different.
Retract that original comment in that there is definitely more diverse deck builds, I think, in the later stages in this game compared to the first one. I don't think it's as easy to replicate a specific winning hand. You got to kind of be more adaptable with the deck you're trying to build, with what you can get, and I think it's been pretty fun. I'm not very good at it. I think there's 10 ascension levels, which is the compounding harder difficulties when you complete a run.
Yeah.
I think I have completed 1 and 2 only, so.
Okay. Yeah. I don't even think I've gotten to Ascension. I think you started playing it maybe a little bit past where I went, or at least
I've had a little more free time past couple weeks.
Yeah,
it's been you, but yeah.
I haven't just really had an urge to play it. Well, I've been playing Balatro, not to take out your segment, but that's kind of taken over my Slay the Spire addiction.
Yeah, I've been liking Slay the Spire quite a bit. I'll stick with it a lot. I get kind of discouraged when stuff is in early access just because I don't want to get so burnt out on it that I miss out when it's even better, because I'm still burnt out on it. So I'm being mindful of that. I was playing the game SteamWorld Heist 2 kind of before I got Slay the Spire, and that's another, it's very different, but it's another turn-based game, and I like that game, but Slay the Spire really took the wind out of its sails as far as being more addicting, being more tightly designed, and how quick you can get into Slay the Spire.
Yeah.
Not to mention how well the multiplayer works. It's been a lot of fun. As far as what I've been watching, less topical, I've finished the first season of Succession last night. I watched the last episode.
What'd you think of that?
It was so crazy. Definitely not something, just it's a series of events I would never have predicted.
What happened exactly? I don't want to spoil anything because I can't remember exactly.
They're at the wedding, and the son, Kendall, is attempting to make a big move against his dad and the company, and a really crazy series of events make it so his dad is able to convince his son to not pursue that anymore, and then kind of gets into season 2.
Yeah,
and they're kind of more unified now, working together, which is fun.
that was kind of a crazy ending. I remember watching that because I watched it a few years ago. I remember telling you about that, and watching it again recently, like just like the past month or whatever, I kind of just throw it on here and there, and I forgot about that ending, like specifically being that I remember it happening, but just not being at the end of season 1,
Yeah.
and kind of being left on that cliffhanger. And I'm like, oh man, that's kind of like crazy because it is like a tone shift in the show where you're like, these people are that like low and like evil that they would legitimately let somebody die just to cover something up entirely. So, but yeah, that's cool. Has there been anything else you've been watching, or?
Not especially right now. What about you?
Let me think. Well, there's been a lot of shows coming out, as you know.
Yeah.
We got.
Yes, for ongoing shows, there is more that I'm watching, but
Yeah.
You kind of get bottlenecked with that week to week stuff.
Yeah.
Having to wait.
It is
like the old days.
Nice having something like through the week to like look forward to. Like that's the only thing. Like I hate always. I don't know. I mean, I like binging a show, but at the same time, I do like the lead up. Like I'm saying, like.
Yeah, I would say too that when shows come out all at once, it's always hard to talk about. It's like you're stressed to watch through it because you don't want to see a YouTube thumbnail or some stupid post that doesn't see a problem with what they're doing. But then it's also like I am having to text you like, hey, how far are you? Because I want to talk about this show, but I need to know how much you have already seen. Whereas when we watch it week to week, if we're caught up, we're caught up, and it's more fun to kind of dissect it each chapter. Like From just started its 4th season and there's been 2 episodes so far, and it's been really fun. And I don't think the first 2 episodes have been eventful enough where we would have specifically mentioned them if we were able to binge it and then talk about the show. But we're having these little conversations now every week, and I think there's something fun about that too, obviously.
Yeah. No, it is definitely fun, like getting together with like a group too to watch it or something, and when you're all like, really excited about a certain show coming out.
Yeah.
Which I know we've done with like Invincible and From. I don't think we've ever really done it with The Boys.
Shout out Daredevil Born Again. We don't have to talk about it any more than that. What about games, Connor? What have you been playing lately?
Well, like I said, we were playing Slay the Spire a little bit here and there.
Oh, yeah.
I did fade away a little bit with my work, getting a little bit busier, so I recently started watching Malcolm in the Middle over again.
Malcolm in the Middle.
It is... I grew up watching that show, and there was like... I just remember a lot of like goofiness in it, and it's super goofy, but in like the best possible way. I feel like that physical like gag humor is coming back in a big way, especially like with like the Naked Gun movie and just that humor. I think people like resonate with it, and it has a lot of that, and it doesn't feel as much like corny. Almost like now it feels like something ahead of its time. Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. And it's crazy watching, like, it went all the way up, I think, to 2006, maybe, somewhere in that time frame. But it is like a year or 2 later than Breaking Bad starts. So, like, Bryan Cranston's going from, playing as, like, one end of the spectrum of a dad all the way to the other end. Like, Hal is, like, the most, like, innocent, like, couldn't hurt like a butterfly.
And he brought it full circle because he's back on the reboot show now, right?
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about Marathon. I don't know how much we want to get into it now. I think I'm kind of chill with it, at least until the first wipe happens. It's in about, I think, a month and a half or something. And I might check it out again. I think it's really cool. I'm not that good at it, though, honestly.
That's why I didn't play it. I feel like for very long I just got tired of getting killed all the time and losing my stuff every time.
It's so well designed, but for some reason I can't shake this feeling of like of wasting my time when I'm playing it. Like, even when we have a few good runs, it feels like we really only have a lot of fun when we're winning and extracting, and I don't know, especially with how quick the wipe periods are.
Mm-hmm.
Even stuff like the faction upgrades are going to reset, and it's like, I don't know, it's deflating to me. I really like things that are like, one and done, hit it and quit it. Like,
Yeah.
set it and forget it is probably what I meant to say, rather than hit and quit it. But
No. I got you.
yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, I feel that even more so than playing a roguelike game like Slay the Spire. So there's something to that I feel like Slay the Spire is more respectful to my time than Marathon is.
Yeah. I mean, the nice thing with a like roguelike like that though is that they have something that you're building to, so like it actually feels kind of rewarding in that sense, because it's like you're at least getting some sort of an unlock or just something that furthers you, or some bit of experience.
Yeah, and like it's not laid out, but you kind of need to fail on these runs earlier in Slay the Spire to get the cards and the relics unlocked that make the runs actually winnable.
Well, the thing that I think it's cool too is it's like almost like an old like arcade game mentality where like once you die, you're dead. Like that's it. There's no more reset. Or no more checkpoint or anything. It's reset, and that kind of is, I believe, what the roguelikes originate from, is an arcade game like mentality where you have like one opportunity kind of to get this through. Whatever the game might give you, might have like a little like relic or something that gives you a life. But I don't know, Slay the Spire is just really cool. For each character, it almost feels like there's like a different like build as far as defense or specific magic or attack damage. Like the robot like has his like different elemental abilities and different things like that.
His orbs.
Yeah. What was it, like the dark orb, glass,
dark, lightning, frost.
Yeah, that stuff's like cool. Like it shines through. It kind of having a different character where like each one has its different intricate play styles, and the amount of like how each run could be something super different. You could get super lucky or super unlucky. It makes it almost feel just like a fresh new thing each time you're going in, at least to me.
Yeah.
And especially when I get a new ability, it almost feels like the odds point towards me in my favor then. And I want to like just keep playing it. Like I get super addicted. That's why I'm playing.
Definitely. It's
crap out of Balatro right now.
Do you want to talk about Balatro at all? Because that's a couple of years old now, and I've been recommending it. I don't want to get a lot. I feel like over the past year and a half, especially.
Yeah, I don't know if I have like too much to say about it. Besides, I feel that it's gotten its hooks in me.
Do you know why?
What?
Do you know why it happened this time?
I think I just gave it more of a shot. I was on like an ADHD medication when I was playing it before. I feel like, honestly, and my attention span was like super messed up. And now that it's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I've calmed down a little bit more. Playing it, I don't know. I knew that I would probably like it because you recommended it so many times. And I honestly thought like, genuinely, like when something would pop up like a card, just reading it would like piss me off. Like I would just get mad. Like I don't want to.
There's just 120 jokers to memorize, so that you know how to build the perfect decks.
It just pissed me off, honestly.
That's funny.
I thought like the aesthetic of like just like cards was like, this is stupid. I don't want it.
You got this happy cloud, and you're like, this is horrible. It's awesome,
but. I don't know. I mean, I gave it an honest try, and like the more I played with it, the more I liked it. And I even found like the like setting where you can like change and customize your deck, and I have like
with all like the guest, with all the guest franchises.
So like my clubs are Fallout. I think my hearts are The Witcher. Diamonds are.
Did they do an Among Us one?
Yeah, there's an Among Us one. It was either that, The Witcher, and I've never played Among Us, so.
Right, you just have you have it on Switch for like the cartridges, though, right?
I didn't think that I would be the one bringing it up, and it's crazy because I knew you were going to find a way to bring it up.
I just think like you did.
Oh my god!
It's like I don't know. by the time you have to go get like the game out and put it in your Switch, like you're not gonna want to play it anymore. Like you have the cartridge for Among Us. That's like if I had to go and like pull the disc down for Minesweeper for my computer.
Micah gave it to me as a gift, my brother, and you're giving me shit.
Oh, I think it's like a gag gift though.
It was.
It must be, right?
I've never put it in my Switch once. I don't know why it's even in that little case.
Well, I saw it next to your Mario 3D All Stars and your Ultimate Alliance 3. So
I think that's your Mario 3D All Stars.
is it my Ultimate Alliance 3?
No, that's mine.
Thank God. You stole my 3D All Stars? They
I
sell
definitely don't own 3D
Mario
All-Stars.
Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2 a la carte now on the Switch.
That's
Which I did not know that. I don't think that's even new. I just didn't know that.
What do you think about the Switch 2? Are you going to get that or no?
Yes, I want to play Mario Kart World. I want to play Donkey Kong. I want to...
Micah was playing Donkey Kong. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, I'm a big Donkey Kong enjoyer, and it was speaking.
Yeah, I think probably next year I'll get a Switch 2. It just... I want to play those games, but neither of them are even a fraction of the draw I felt to wanting to play Breath of the Wild when I was looking for a Switch 9 years ago. You were with me when we went to pick it up at GameStop, and then I got a flat tire right when we left. There was like a big bolt in my wheel.
That was the day that you
my
got
tire?
it?
Yeah. We had to pull off into Target right when we left because my light came on, and there was like this huge bolt in my tire.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
And I think there was a thought
have to come.
Yeah, and my stepdad came out and helped get it patched, which is awesome. But I remember there being this air of like, am I going to have to return the Switch to help pay for what just happened here? And I thought in my head like, yeah, probably, but it's not an option.
And I was definitely like still like young enough that I was just like a dumb kid, like had no worry.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't even like close to like thinking about that yet. I don't think I was even driving yet. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, we were. That was 8.5. That was 9 years ago. That was June of 2017. That was June. I waited about 3 months before I found a Switch in stock at my local GameStop.
You're an old man. You're gonna be dead by the time the Switch 3 comes out.
The Switch 3.
You think they just keep going up now, or do you think they change after Switch 2?
Every time they switch it up, I feel like that's not even true. I don't know. They're due for a flop. I don't think it matters with what they do next.
You think they go back to sucking after this? The Switch 2 is awesome. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mike is like showing me more.
I don't think it's bad at all. I'm not saying.
No, I said you think like
anything about my opinion of Nintendo. I'm just saying historically, the pattern is that now they're due for a less than stellar launch, a less than stellar piece of hardware. Hopefully, it doesn't happen. But like the GameCube sold very little. Like every console sold less from the NES until the Wii.
Isn't it so weird too how like those consoles though tend to gain like a weird cult following, because like the Wii U does have a following as well,
because Nintendo, like you never really read about layoffs at Nintendo even in their bad years, because so this whole time, regardless of how many people were buying this stuff, people were making things for it.
Yeah.
And so yeah, the GameCube, the Wii U, like every single one of their systems that lasted any meaningful amount of time, so I do not mean the Virtual Boy, have like a really good lineup of just first party games. I think. And yeah, we have mostly every Wii U game in the Switch ecosystem now. Maybe aside from the Zelda, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess HDs, but yeah, I'm not rooting against Nintendo at all, you know.
Yeah, I hope they get more. I don't really like the whole like, hey, we just like update these games with their graphics and then charge as like a full brand new game, which they seem to be getting pretty comfortable with. I mean, they've done basically just ports, like charge money. But I don't know. I mean, Mike was showing me a lot of the stuff. I like the library, how it works, and how you can like trade games with people that from your digital collection
with the game key cards and stuff too.
I think that's really sweet.
Yeah,
and like the
collectors
don't surprisingly strong. Like it's powerful. Like as far as like what it looks like. Like he was showing me Resident Evil 2, and then he was showing me like a comparison of what it looks like on PS5, and like it looks pretty damn near the same. Like it's pretty impressive. It's cool. Definitely like about to still be outdated by the time the next set of consoles come out, but like still the fact that PS5 is still looks really good when you put it into perspective like that way.
But like the portability, the form factor, the build quality of the Switch 2.
It even has the haptic feedback like on the actual like Joy-Cons, which is like sweet.
Yeah, and like messing with Mikey's is like even like the magnetism on the new Joy-Cons feels so much better than like the slides did on the first one. Because if you remember, like every DS on the hinge would just be like a little bit wobbly after you use it just a little bit, I feel like. And the same thing kind of happens with the Switch 1 is those contacts just kind of wear down between the screen and the Joy-Cons, and it just kind of feel the bending of it. At least I have for a while on my Switch. I feel like it's just not as sturdy of a connection as it was, 9 years ago when we picked it up.
Oh yeah, I mean it feels like it is weird how technology has a weird way of becoming outdated though, doesn't it? Like because when the Switch came out and like the clickiness of like just like how snappy it would be when you'd like slide it in and everything. And then like when you would actually look at like the controllers, like it felt like sleek and like newer. Yeah. And I don't know why, but now when I have the very first generation one still. I don't even have the OLED one. And it just feels like super old. I don't know. Like,
I guess I do have the OLED, I should say that. So my console's not still 9 years old. I did upgrade, I think 4 years ago at this point. The OLED definitely is better. A big part of it looking old, I think, is how thick the bevels are. I always get them mixed up. Bezels or bevels? Bezels on the screen.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know
the
what either one means.
The space between the edge of the device and the edge of the actual screen.
I learned what intricate meant today.
Complex, right?
I forget.
No, I mean like it means complex, right?
Maybe.
Intricate. Okay, it doesn't matter. We're not the thesaurus gents, unfortunately. Or the dictionary gents, for that matter.
Or the dick gents, though. What do you think about that one?
I'm not thinking about that one at all. I'm thinking about the hobgoblin. Anyway, we talked about some games. We talked about some TV shows.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
What's up with that?
What's your most anticipated movie of the year?
Oh boy, the movie outlook is looking good. Right, I don't want to speak to any other aspect of the world, but we have a very promising future ahead for our movies, for our games, for stuff like that, for entertainment, for stuff we like to do when we don't have other stuff to do. So my most anticipated movie, though, probably I would say overall would be the Disclosure Day movie from Spielberg. It's out in June, I think, or July. Kind of about someone in the government coming forward to tell the world what we know about aliens is the premise. But I would say because it's closer, it's May this month, I'm excited for the Backrooms movie quite a bit from 824 and from, I think his name is Kane Parsons, the director of the movie.
Yeah, I know. You and Dylan, I know, are super hyped for it. I do definitely want to see it. It's interesting. I never watched the original videos because I just thought I'd be too scared.
But you're attracted to like the concept and like the lore. Like you're familiar with what you're getting into.
You've been slowly getting me more like into horror. Definitely. I don't think it's like my main choice, but I definitely am way more of a fan of like a lot of series now.
Yeah.
After seeing a lot. I mean, you showed me like what, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street for sure.
Halloween, I guess, too.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Halloween shirt today that you got me at Walmart.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you for that.
It was so sad. I remember they had a Jason shirt there this year.
Jason.
And I was going to get it for you. And I like pulled, like, it was like the same thing where like it had like his name. And then the picture on the back just looked like shit. Like it was just exactly the same. Like there wasn't like neon or anything cool. It was just like a photocopied image of him just standing with his machete. I was like, that's pretty lame.
Yeah, I don't know. Those, I think Friday the 13th is the weakest mainstream horror franchise.
You've never been, seemed like you've been a fan of Jason that much. Like you don't talk about him ever.
Yeah, he's cool, but he's not as likable. You know, he doesn't have like one-liners like Freddy. He doesn't even have like the kind of the personality that Michael Myers does, and how like him looking at you from afar and just like the speed that he moves. Like there's something charming about Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Where like Jason might be scarier than Michael Myers, but yeah. I don't know. Like, the movies aren't as strong though.
There's always something. I mean, I guess you could correct me because I've only seen like the 3.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, 4, 5, and 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like with Halloween, like for instance, like there's always like gags kind of like that you're waiting for. Like when we went and saw the new ones, I felt like hearing people like clap at certain things. You're like, oh yeah, like they're waiting for that thing to happen.
Yeah.
Like, and one of them is just that Michael will just show up in any random place. Like it'll be like a shot of someone like laying down in bed, and then all of a sudden behind them, like Michael like lays up in bed.
Do you remember how cool the marketing was with him fighting the firefighters, dude, outside of the burning house?
That scene is still pretty bad.
So it's so cool. Yeah, the Backrooms is especially scary to me, even without like a mascot like a Freddy, because the scariest thing to me isn't like being chased or hunted. It's just like the like complete despair of being hopelessly trapped and like knowing you're hopelessly trapped. I think is so much worse. And
the fact that it like keeps going, so like
just
it's continuously
infinite in every direction as far as we know. And
yeah,
the cool part with what he does, the director of the movie, and what he did with his YouTube series that it's based on, is he created this government committee that is aware that it's there, and they eventually find a way to make a doorway into it, and they start trying to map it out and do experiments, and it's kind of an ongoing thing in the videos. And we do know that the movie is going to take place in his already established canon, I guess you could say, because there's a lot of different takes on the Backrooms on YouTube and just text posts across the internet. But especially with having like the credibility of an A24 movie, like you can't get much more credible than that. Like this is the definitive Backroom stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that it kind of clearly was from even when it came out. He makes it all in Blender, just like 3D animation on his computer with a few live action elements. And even knowing that, and from him being like, I think 17 when he was doing these videos, and even knowing it was mostly 3D animation, everything looks like so photoreal with the aesthetic and just how it's presented and like the motion of the camera and how handheld it feels. In those videos, they're all like supposed to be found footage, so you do have to suspend your disbelief of, why does this person have a camera? Why do they still have a camera?
Yeah.
Why do they still have a camera? So it also looks like the movie is going to kind of be more traditional, just like, you know, not, and not being found footage.
Yeah.
So I'm also interested to see that change in approach to the storytelling, because we haven't seen that done as effectively yet. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for the Backrooms.
Yeah, with Backrooms being, A24, they've been getting pretty good. I mean, A24 has never really been a huge letdown to me. They make some artsy movies, but like they're just doing so much now. Like it's crazy that they are like pretty much a staple film production company. And Curry Barker, I know you wanted to mention or talk about YouTubers making movies now and how like that's becoming such a huge thing. Curry Barker literally made like skits on YouTube, like in the same type of like stuff that we kind of find like funny, like really high quality, sometimes really well like acted, where it would be like really intense but something super stupid,
something really not worth it. That's what makes it funny.
Yeah. And it would just be like hilarious, and I would always think like this guy could do like a really funny movie. And then randomly you mentioned a horror movie, and I looked it up and I see that he's the director. And I'm like looking like it's getting all this praise right now because it's been shown off, I think, at some festivals and stuff. Mm-hmm. And just like last
movie
week,
is this?
Obsession.
Obsession. Okay.
Yeah, my bad. Directed by Curry Barker. And the last week they announced A24 because I guess I don't know if they recently got them or I don't really know the backstory of this, but they're rebooting Chainsaw Massacre. They're gonna have him directed, I guess. But I just thought, I'm like, that's an interesting, like, his vision for that I feel like could be really cool. I know, like, from hearing your thoughts on some of the newer ones, it seems like they've been pretty bad. So I feel like maybe like just a fresh new director's like view, especially with his first like debut being like a smash hit. I think it's like, hey, get these guys that have new visions and like
what happened
this stuff.
Is I don't remember the year. I think it was in the last 10 years for sure. There was a direct to Netflix Texas Chainsaw.
I remember leaving your apartment in Grand Rapids and you were like putting it on.
Yeah. And it was like half one is supposed to be one of those legacy reboots, where it's like, this is the same Chainsaw guy from the first movie. What's he been doing? But it just seems like they gave up trying to make it anything but a cool, gory kill fest.
Yeah.
And I felt like there was more layers there in the original one. Because there's some cool kills in that movie for sure, in the new one. The newest attempt they did. But yeah, the middle ones have been pretty bad. I didn't really like any of the sequels. The one with Matthew McConaughey, I think it's called The Next Generation or something. Or maybe that's just Star Trek. The one with Matthew McConaughey is funny because it's like pretty bad, but it's like mid-90s Matthew McConaughey pretty bad. So it was kind of fun to watch. But yeah, what I'm saying is there's a lot of room for someone to realize the potential of Texas Chainsaw. Yeah. Is what I was trying to get to this whole time.
Yeah. I'm just excited to see what he'll do. It's kind of like, I don't know, he didn't have like a ton of subscribers too at the time. So like it's interesting, like a lot of people talk about how hard it is now to like make it, almost to the point where like even trying it's kind of stupid, and it's like it's still like happening to a degree, like, and especially now with like you being able to like post something and it be out there to like millions of people is kind of cool, or just interesting for people that are creative enough and willing enough to put in the time and patience to actually get it out there.
Right. And it's also cool that we're in a place where like the public is supporting these movies now. Like they're coming out in theaters and they're doing well, both commercially or both bigger budget studio stuff. Like I imagine that the Backrooms is going to do pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
But also even indie produced stuff like Markiplier's Iron Lung that we saw in January.
Something that those two are going to have with correlation is how much, like, people know what the Backrooms are pretty widely just because of it being, like,
right.
You mentioned TikToks. Or
right, like, falling into the Backrooms has become very much part of our nomenclature for sure.
Yeah, it's like a internet speculation. Like they did that with the Blair Witch Project in the '90s with that like online ad, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember or ever heard that, but like they had this ad where they talked about they posted. I can't remember
Was
what
it
it
that
was.
the cast was missing?
Yes.
And the director was having
Yeah.
the cast stay hidden for the marketing.
There was
And
something
there
like
was
that. Yeah, it was like
I don't
either
remember it.
they were
I was too
missing,
young too, but
or they posted something about the movie where it made it look like it was real.
yeah.
So it made people think that it was actual found footage that was just being released to the public in like almost some sort of creative way. And so when you watch the movie, I've never seen
So great.
it.
They couldn't do anything like that now. I don't think. Yeah, that's what you get when you're the first to hit it big in found footage. Yeah, and then it was something like the director had to bring one of the actors to the police or something because they were reported as missing, and someone was concerned, or he was like going to be in trouble for kidnapping or something like that. So he had to be like, "No, they're fine. Look, this was all just marketing."
Oh, I see. Yeah. I don't know. It is crazy commitment. But yeah, Iron Lung was pretty sweet. I think Iron Lung was the most monumental one, being able to take the #1 weekend slot over Sam Raimi, which is like crazy. Like
Yeah.
And that was something I was gonna say, that correlation between the Backrooms and Iron Lung is that there were so many stupid kids dressed up in like the Markiplier like mustache thing. I remember like there, and like my brother like was instantly going to go see it, and so it's like
Because of Markiplier or because
yeah, like it's an internet thing, so it's like it connects with them quicker almost than having just a movie they want to go see sometimes. Like not with like him specifically, but just with the younger generation. I feel like they like. I don't know. It's weird. Like
so,
like
the draw for
the
Iron Lung was the creator, where the draw for the Backrooms might be more so the Backrooms.
Over. Yeah, that's what it's like almost becoming again. It's kind of like the late '80s into like the '90s. I feel like where they just kind of come up with like I feel like movies are gonna get good again in the sense that like we are going to get like just random offshoot movies that come out of nowhere from a director you've never seen before, that are like written well or just surprise you, because you have this time period where like everything's the MCU is getting to the point where like every movie's kind of just been mediocre or just okay.
I don't want to talk about the MCU.
I don't want to either. Yeah. I'm not trying to get into it.
Again, shout out Daredevil Born Again season 2.
I'm gonna edit just like a scene from one of the episodes like every time, and it'll just be like a wet fart sound.
Make it Daredevil standing 3 blocks from the entrance of the church, wondering if he should go back, and then somehow never getting spotted by the police there or back either time.
I don't want to talk about it. I think movies are going to be set up to be, I don't know, just interesting again. I think they get that people are tired of how these kind of corporate studios are running things, and
starting to feel a little bit formulaic. All the effects are starting to look a little just like brown sludgy.
Yeah.
Like every single frame I've seen of the Wicked movies, I'm like, how does it look? Like, how did Wizard of Oz literally 90 years ago look so good?
Yeah. People were definitely just more like, CGI's leaned on so much now, and it's become an outdated technology, I feel like.
Good CGI is still good.
It's good, but it should be used more in a like...
Iron Man still looks good. If you watch the Avengers 1, I think there's still like really good CGI in that, and that's,
But they also had way more of an Iron Man suit too. Like it got to the point where it was just all CGI.
But in that movie, like they remade
the MCU.
They remade a huge chunk of Manhattan just digitally.
Yeah.
Like when he's flying through, that's 100% digital shots, but it looks like Iron Man's flying through New York.
I'll give you that.
All right. And I guess my point is like, MCU effects have gotten worse, but all effects, maybe it's a Disney thing, or you can say it's the overworked VFX thing. That's what our buddy Dylan always says about why Invincible looks like a butt crack animation wise. Is like there's only 2 guys working on it named Bob and Joe, and they get paid $5 an hour. And it's like, well, then it's still a problem because like hire a third guy, right? Hire Tim. I like seeing the clip of the Immortal flying away, but it's just like a shrinking PNG. Have you seen that one? I love that one.
How unanimously everyone hates the Immortal.
Not me. I'm Invincible's #1 fan. I do like to think that I'm probably the Immortal's #1 fan in suburban Southeast Michigan. So,
yeah. Why is that?
Because I like him quite a bit, but not that much.
How did you feel about him not being in the season?
I was wondering why he wasn't. Like, at some point, I don't know. He was already so weak. Like, imagine. I want him to fly back in and get killed again. It's the funniest. It's the funniest thing to me.
I'm kind of mad that I didn't think to turn myself into the Immortal the other day on the Discord when everyone was changing them.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I would have hopped in if Colin Sturgill's retarded brother wasn't in there.
I love so much how Dylan will just randomly claim to be Thrag.
You're not Thrag. You're not Thrag. Stop.
He says it to me so much now where he'll just either look at me or like over Discord if I'm mad at him, he'll just go, "Come home, Nolan." And all will be forgiven.
He does. He does like that. Yeah.
We'll have to get him on here. That would be.
Oh yeah, you could talk about Rainbow Six Siege as topical too.
I'd want to argue with him. I feel like getting into a heated debate would be the best thing.
Yeah. As soon as he buys his third mic for this setup, he can.
Yeah, we'll get him on. We'll get him on at some point.
Yeah.
What was your overall thoughts of Invincible?
I would put season 1 still as the top, and probably 3 still above it. But I still think this was super good, better than season 2. I like this one a lot, quite a bit.
I think something that it flexed a lot, and I think what made me feel good was I think it wasn't a super. I would say 3, even though like the stakes were lower, and I've seen a lot of people complain about this, like. I feel like there wasn't as much, like the action scenes were so much more like limited. Does that make sense?
3.
And 4. Because like 3, it was like the fights just felt like grand, like having an entire episode fight with Conquest just feels like so much more meaningful than like 10 minutes of like an interaction and then jumping over to the next place. Him killing Conquest this time around was probably the closest we got to that level of like intensity. I felt like, besides the moments with Thrag still being sweet and awesome to me, I just felt like it didn't have as much time to really sink its teeth into some of the things that happened. Yeah. I feel like I would have loved to have more time, like a whole entire episode. Just, I don't know.
I really like the.
It's a lot of story to just get across in how many episodes they're going. I feel like
they do pretty good. I don't want to get into the hell episode. I like the Viltrum flashback episode.
That was sweet.
Seeing kind of Nolan becoming an adult and having to just kind of survive attacked by his parents, because that's what they do.
It got a lot of discourse over, like a lot of story was given, and it took its time. It was slower paced. It reminded me almost, I know this is a weird comparison, but Game of Thrones would have a season like that sometimes, where it would be like, this was a slower season, but it got a lot of story that it needed to get out of the way. A lot of things happened, and a lot of things did happen across the entire season. I think it taking a slower pace allows it to kind of get to another season that's gonna chunk into more and like have more epic grand.
I have no concerns at all for next season of Invincible being enjoyable.
I think I'm just excited to see what goes on next, and I do hope that some of the things get a little bit better.
Yeah, we talked about the animation. I don't think either of us really care that much just because of the voice acting and the story and characters are so good, but it would be nice to have better animation. You look around at some of the other
the only
animated shows.
That was cool was just the Flash scene when he goes to punch their
Yeah.
That was like the only thing that was like really memorable.
Really like the visual of the Viltrumite ring around their planet. That's all there.
Yeah.
That's the dead from the virus. I do think those are cool shots. I don't want to. Also, I did like how detailed the Coalition planet looked and how it was like a huge city.
Yeah.
I did like how that place looked too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that kind of
that was a nice little foray back into the weekly world of the EntertainGents.
Yeah, I think it's a little taste of what will be happening on a regular basis.
Just a little drop from the cauldron for you.
We'll be stopping by. We're like your mom's boyfriend, you know. We stop by a little bit here and there. You might not be happy that we're here, but we're still here.
We're like your mom's boyfriend, man.
Yeah, man. You need to piss off. Screw off. Honestly.
All right. I'll see you later, con man.
All right.